What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to When Moon Trading. Oh boy, this is gonna be a video, I tell you. So listen, here's the thing. If you're new to trading and you're still learning and you're still making some mistakes, stick around because you're gonna learn a lot. Mostly what not to do. Okay. Conversely, or is that the right word? I guess that's the right word. I don't know. If you're a good trader, if you're a professional trader and you're winning like 90% of your trades, you might wanna just turn this video off and go on to something else. Otherwise, you're gonna throw something through your screen because I'm gonna go over my last week of trading, and as you can tell by the title, if you guys are new here, I'm trying to do a trading challenge from about $1,000 up to $100,000 by the end of the year. That's my goal. And I'm going to go over the last week of trades, and I profited. Okay, I made profit. However, I made quite a few mistakes, and I'm going to go over those now. And hopefully, at the very least, you guys learned something, and I learned something too. So first things first. Okay, somebody sent me a message and said, you're using a new account. What happened to your other account? Why aren't you trading with more money? So I had about 27, 28K maybe 2, 3 months ago on my main account. So if you go back to several videos in my YouTube here, I I've made a few videos where I turned a little bit of money, like four or five, $600 into tens of thousands of dollars. I've done it a few times, and I've given a lot of that money back, unfortunately, to the markets. And so I don't want to do that again. I've been trading for years now. The last thing I want to do is start from zero again, right? So I had about 27K or so back in February, January, February, and I just made like two, three, four bad trades. And I'm going to give an example of a bad trade because I did one this week that reminded me of that time, and I lost like 6 or 7K back then. And I said, screw this. I don't want to lose, another $20,000 again. I don't want to start over. So I just bought a bunch of altcoins and Bitcoin and, two Ethereum, and they're just sitting and they're collecting. I staked a bunch of stuff. I bought a bunch of DOT. I have opened some small low-term, long-term, low-leverage altcoin trades, but I'm just ignoring that account. I'm not touching it. And I'll add every week that I get paid. I still buy some coins and stuff, and I throw it in that. But for now, I'm just trading, and I'm gonna go over the week, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you some of these trades. So where we picked up, we're gonna pick up where we left off. We left off last week down here. I had this big, nice $666 trade, right? And then, why is that on? And then this loss. So this is the last trade last week. I started off the week well. What I'm gonna do is I don't always remember every single trade I take. So I'm going to start journaling. I'm going to start taking screenshots so I can like go back in time and say, okay, what was this trade? What was this $400 trade here? What did I take? Right. So as you can see, this is the last week of trading here. Okay. Nothing overly exciting. Like I got stopped out a couple times. These are just small altcoin balls of steel that will come. I'll explain that strategy in a second here because part one of two of real bad mistakes I've made this week. Okay, some Bitcoin trades here, and this is the one I want to focus on here. The $68 loss. Okay, ignore the entry price and average and exit price. Okay, I know they look really tight, but I'm going to go through that trade and where my entry actually was and where my exit was, because at some point in this trade I was down $800 in this trade. Okay, and I lost 68. But I was down $800. I almost got wiped out in this one trade. Okay, so I'm going to go over that right now because this is something I can never do again, and this is what I'm about to explain. This is the whole reason I did this challenge and stopped trading with my other account with more money because of making dumb decisions like this. Right. So let's dive into the charts. We had a nice little drop. Ignore these arrows for a second. I'm going to get to it. We had a lovely little drop here, right? Bitcoin fell, what, like $3,000 in a span of like a couple hours? Yeah, $3,000, okay? That $68 loss trade that I'm telling you about, that happened here, okay? Now, as Bitcoin was dropping, I wasn't in a trade. In fact, I just closed this trade here, the $168 one, right? So I wasn't in a trade, and now I'm itching, right? I'm itching First mistake is not being patient and waiting for the trade, not waiting for the trades to come to you. So Bitcoin's dropping; it drops like $2,000, and I think, okay, where would it be a good price? Where would be a good spot to long, right? And you need confluence, you need reason to enter a trade. But I saw this. Okay, let's actually turn this off here. Get these lines out of here. So I'm seeing the price dump in real time, right? And I look left and I see, okay, so this is resistance here. Came back, broke it, tested as support. So this level right here is 61,700. I'm like, that's like a nice, okay. I'm gonna wait for a bounce there. I'm gonna look for a bounce. So if we go on a lower time frame here, we go on a 5-minute time frame, and you see this candle right here, this guy. This is where I entered my trade at 61,700. Okay. Not only did I enter a trade there, a long, for no reason other than that. I didn't wait to see if it acted as support or not. I just like, oh, we fell $2,000. It was a good place to long. Okay. No confluence. No, I wasn't trusting a bot. I wasn't going for a divergent strategy. I'm just like, I'm just going to enter a trade here. I'm going to enter a long here. And Bitcoin fell another, 2.6%. The reason that's important is because I essentially went almost all in with my account. Okay, at 25x leverage. Okay, 25x leverage with like almost my entire account, like $1,200 or something on this account. 25x leverage in no man's land. There's zero reason to enter a trade here. Zero. Okay, I almost got wiped out, right? And I ended up closing a bit of it down here and taking a $300 loss, and then I actually ended up. When we pumped up today, I closed the rest of it up here for like a 200 something dollar win, which the difference was minus $68. So it was close, man. And if you guys are betting people, leave down in the comments below if you think I'm going to make it another 2 weeks without blowing this account up. But it's stupid, and this is the type of shit that I did that I've done on and off for years, and there's no reason for it. I know better, right? So you got to be patient, and I'm going to tell you why you need to be patient. Because if you guys go back in some of my videos, I explain a strategy that I like to use called a very simple divergence strategy. Okay. Actually, before I get to that, I'm going to show you the bot trades for the last week. There were not a lot of them. Okay. And most of them were losses, actually. This one was a bit of a win, small win, 15-minute. No, one trade that was actually today, so no trades last week on this strategy. So I wasn't really trading a lot last week, and this is kind of playing into why I just didn't have patience. Like, I didn't take this trade, but one trade last week and it was a loss. It just didn't. These bots didn't do that well. No trades last week on this one. No trades last week on this one. Balls of Steel is. I'll just ignore that one. Sorry, bear with me here while it loads. This one alerted. I didn't take this trade, but it was a loss. Got stopped out. Volatility Vanguard. Oh, please work. This is the best one. This is the one that had 23 wins in a row. I've made a few videos about. But yeah, this one only had one trade and it was a loss. There's the stats down there. Okay. So these strats weren't working that well last week. There's barely any. It was like 3 or 4 trades here. And so I didn't take a lot of Bitcoin trades. And currently right now, this is the trade I'm in. I longed around here. There's 2 or 3 strategies right now that told me to long, so I'm in a long right now. Same with this one. This is another loss last week, right? I didn't take any of these trades. I'm just showing you that it wasn't that active for some of these bots that I have set up. On the other hand, what was active, and like I was saying, is I made a couple videos explaining the strategy, and it's a RSI divergence strategy. So I'm going to show you, since last week, how many of these RSI divergence strategies there were, because I saw these in real time. And I took one of them, which I think it was that $160 win or whatever. But it was 100% win rate. 100% win rate, guys. 100%. So look, here's the first one. As you can see, we had a low and then a higher low. So I would have entered around here. 7%, 8%. Okay, there's one. That one's not that nice. These ones are nicer. Look at this beautiful one right here. Divergence, higher high, lower high. You take your fib, right? 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. You get in. I usually try to get in at the bottom of the first wick. Bam, 18% if you're using 10x leverage. Okay. This one. We had our initial high, and then we broke the high, barely. All right, I would have taken the fib from down here to there. Get in at the close of the candle. 13, 14%, another win. Okay. And then look, I'm waiting. I get in the middle here, the middle of the dump. Well, look what happened at the bottom of this dump. RSI divergence, right? So you could have gotten up here. I probably would have taken it from here. Don't be greedy. Okay. Look at that. Now, this was a big move because we went so far down. 2.6% is kind of big. I might have even taken it at the 50 here, or even here is 15% using 10x leverage. Either way, it's a win, right? I got in over here. I longed over here. There's no reason for me to long there. Had I just been patient, had I waited, what, 2 hours, 3 hours? Perfect. Look at that. You would have longed the bottom using just that strategy. Okay? And then more recently, I saw this today. Actually, I almost took a short. I didn't take a short, and it would have won. It would have been another winner. But here again, bearish divergence. Take it from here to here, and I think it's like a 7%. Yeah. 0.64, 7% win, 10x leverage. So I almost got wiped out because I was not patient, right? You got to be patient in this, and there's a reason these whales just, they can wait for weeks before their orders are filled, right? Like even just using this basic, very very basic, easy strategy is crazy accurate, and I got to. If you're struggling with not being in a trade, 2-3 days, just be patient. Not being in a trade is great because you can't lose money if you're not in a trade, right? So that was mistake number one, and that was big mistake, big fat fucking mistake. Okay, was longing in the middle of this. Second big mistake is trusting these bots too much, and what I'll give you an example of are the trades that I'm still in, that I've been in for a week now. And you guys are going to hate me when I show you this, because this is just, there's no reason for this, and it's just pure stupidity. Okay. Here we go. It's not a 50x. I upped the leverage because I moved some money around. I'm in 4 longs here of altcoins from this balls of steel strategy, which I'll show you guys. And what that is, it's a DCA strategy. And I'll just give you an example here because they alert all the time. But it's something like this, right? High win rate, okay? And it's like a 1% scalp or something. So I entered all of these. Okay, so I got Ripple, Wild, Opus, and Pith. I enter all of these before Bitcoin's really dumping. So I enter at the worst possible time in an altcoin, and then Bitcoin dumps. So I'm currently down $400, right? Of unrealized, so it's not realized loss yet. I'm sticking in these trades for now, but long story short, I should have set a stop loss. Like, there's no reason to go down 56% on 5x leverage on an altcoin. That's just fucking stupid. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. There's no reason for that. It's just cockiness, right? Most of them have negative funding, so I'm collecting a little bit of money at least. But it's just dumb. It's just dumb mistakes. And you know what? Even if I lose these 4, if any, worst case scenario, break even. But I'll close them before I get liquidated. I don't think I'll get liquidated. The good thing about altcoins is all we need is just one green day, and like Wildcoin, I'm down 8%. That thing could pump 20% in an hour, right? So like all I need is one green day. So I'm just sticking in them for now. Yeah. So I hope you learned what not to do. And what not to do is be a fucking idiot. That's all I know. Like I said, I'm currently in this long. It's not 50x. My original entry was right here at 575, I believe. And I just I compounded a little bit because I have 2 of my Bitcoin strategies saying to stay in a long. And if I look at the heat map here, it looks like we're probably going to take this liquidity up here. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So I'm going to do the math now. okay, quickly, and we're going to update my portfolio. If you're sticking around this long, I love you guys. Thank you. I know I ramble a bit. I'm kind of just, I don't really plan anything. I just kind of like talk out of my asshole, and yeah, it's good. It's good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 1025 plus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the margin that I have in these trades, not minus this, because it's unrealized, right? So there's no point calculating it yet. Plus 152 plus 292 plus 353. It's not going to be super spot on, but it is what it is. Plus 292. Okay. So that's 2114. Plus, I sent $100 over to 2bit, which you can see right here. Hasn't triggered a trade yet because I set up a couple bots, just 3 bots here that have not taken a trade yet in 2 days. I just want to test them out. So, yeah, so plus 100. So plus 100. That equals 2214, okay? $2,200.14. So we go to our little thing here, 2214. So even with my dumb trade, and I lost money. Like I didn't lose money. I mean, I lost money because I didn't make money on this minus 68. Like there's no reason I shouldn't have longed the bottom here, right? I would have made $600-700, right, instead of almost losing everything. Dumb mistake, guys. Dumb mistake. Don't fucking do that shit. So as you can see, we're week 2 is complete. Okay. I know I'm on a Monday today. Like I was really busy yesterday. Next week, same thing. I'm out of town. I come back Monday, so my video will be up Monday. But not as good as last week, obviously. But we still made 27%. Okay. Again, those trades are still open, so it could be a loss by next week. So we made 27%. We're 12% away from our goal of 2,500. Goal 1. Okay. We are over $1,100 over the expected, right? And we're 97% higher than where, is that right? 97%? Yeah, we're 97% higher than where I'd expect to be. Yeah, so expect to be, if I'm averaging 13.5% a week, I should have around $1,100 account right now, but we're at 2,200. So I'm almost 100% ahead of schedule right now, right? I'm going to have losing weeks. Could have lost everything this week. I didn't. But yeah, that's something I'm aware of, and I hope you guys, at the end of the day, I hope you guys learn something. Everybody makes mistakes, man. Everybody makes mistakes. So you just got to be patient. Just fucking be patient. Use a divergent strategy if you're not paying for these bots, right? Be patient. Don't just jump in trades. Okay, that's it, guys. That's all I got to say. Tune in next week. Like, comment, subscribe, tick the little bell, tick my fancy. I love you all, and peace out.